Hey, um, yeah, so I've thought of sharing one of my finished sketchbooks with you. So this is my sketchbook number 6, and I finished it last year. This is the Etcher Everyday Sketchbook, cold press in landscape format. So yep, let's start. So I've started this sketchbook on January 6, 2021, and I finished it June 22nd, 2022. So I've actually started this sketchbook, like I painted the first page and then I dropped it. It's like I guess I was more into loose paper at the time. Then I picked it up again and finished it. So here's the first page. It's just a simple mountain piece. Second page is I was testing super granulating colors from Schminke. So this is the Tundra Orange and Forest Brown. And for this one, oh, I can't remember. Yeah, I think this is just more test. And this is a swatch of lapis lazuli. Yeah, this is from Schminke. I found a tube of this at our local art store. It was on the clearance pile, so I was lucky to grab one. And just another simple landscape pieces. And this one is just monochromatic practices as well, just the stairs, shadow. Portrait piece. And this one, this is again just, you know, this is actually my experiment sketchbook. So everything here, like, well, majority is all experiments, like, you know, testing mixes, swatches. This one is, you know, just trees, foliage. And this is a trying skin tone mix. I didn't really like this one because it was so dark. And this one is our portrait practices. I was really trying a loose style here, which I actually kind of liked, but this one not really. Again, just some swatches. Just another portrait practice. Swatch of the random gray from Schminke. Yep, this page is gouache paints. Yep, just simple like foliage. And this is a mixing chart for Holbein gouache paints. See, I didn't even put the colors, so, but I know which color are these because I only have them in one palette. And this page is, I use gouache on this page. So this cabin, I like painting from movie scenes, and this one is from a horror film. See, this is my problem. I don't put, you know, like notes, so now I forgot which movie was this from. But yeah, it's from a movie, and just seascape or shore. Then just another practice. And here it's the photo reference for this one was from Pinterest, and I've actually seen other artists use the same reference as well, which is quite cool. So I was testing the pure pigment set from Magella. So I just have my comments there. And this is a liquid charcoal test. Sepia. I actually forgot what brand was this one. Yep, and here is my test page comparison for Boko Undo Shadow Black May and Boko Undo Shadow Black paint sets. Those are the Gansai paints, or like, yeah, the Japanese Gansai paints. That's actually quite popular. And so I compared them with the Derwent Graphite pen set and the tinted charcoal pen set. So they're really the Derwent ones, they have graphite effect, or sorry, granulating effect, because they're graphite. So this is where my test painting. This one is a bit glittery, actually. I'm not sure if I like it. Yeah, it's the graphite pen set, this one. I definitely love this one. And this is the charcoal pen set. And yep, more gouache and poster paint, but this one's watercolor. This is a swatch for Caran d'Ache Super Color pencils, watercolor pencils. I didn't like them, so I gave them away, or I think I've actually sold it. This is poster paint test. Yep, and this is my Winsor Newton professional paint swatch. This, at the time, these were the only Winsor & Newton paints I had, so for watercolor. And actually after this, I've started to like Winsor & Newton. Like, I think they're actually really good paints. They're vibrant and the quality is good. This is, yep, Winsor & Newton, this one, this test here. And this is my, this was my test piece for a painting I was working on. So this is Blue Mountains, Australia. And this was the finished painting. So this was the swatch and finished painting. I really actually like this one. This is on a illustration board. More gouache. Just yeah, watercolor. Yeah, just really just more swatches and paint test. This one was I did a paint along with Mr. Javid. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correct, but it's from Mr. Javid Tabatabe. He really has a huge following on YouTube. I'll put his username at the bottom, but yep, so this was really a good paint along that I did. Next, just simple floral with just playing with shadows. These are just my notes. And this is a gouache paint test. These were these schminke tubes, Horadam gouache. So this is from a excuse me, limited palette. So I bought like 5 colors, then I've just tested it. I really like the quality as well of the paints. Yep, just more experiments. And this portrait, I remember I've used leftover paints from the palette, so I just mixed whatever here. This is a swatch test for Nicker presentation gouache. So my friend actually lent it to me so I could test it. She lent it to me, and yep, it's basically just like poster paints. And just another, so I was able to, sorry, I'll get it. So I was able to purchase this old Winsor and Newton set. This was complete, but the sap green really hardened, so I had to put it, you know, cut it open, the tube, and put it somewhere, pour the paint somewhere. And yep, so I did a swatch of that here and compared it to the other Winsor and Newton colors that I have. So this is just, yeah, basically the comparison. Just more gouache pieces. Nothing special on this page. Watercolor. Oh yeah, I've decided to test, I was actually wanting to do wet on wet technique, so I've decided to paint florals. Yep, and this one is another watercolor, wet on wet technique. Last 2 pages, just loose watercolor style. And yeah, that's it. So this is my experiment sketchbook, and I actually really like this sketchbook, especially like the pieces I've done with it. So when I finished it, I was actually a bit sad because I'm gonna miss it, but at the same time I was ready to start a new sketchbook. Yep, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed.